Revenge of the Savage Planet is coming to Xbox, and it's day one on Game Pass. This long-awaited sequel turned into a miracle production after the game's developers were bought and then shut down by Google. I'm glad they fought back to life, crafting a fun, clever, and beautifully stupid action platformer that should leave everyone delighted. Let me tell you why in this XboxEra review of Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Getting paid to crap, getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my stupid life. Getting paid to crap, getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my empty life. Yeah, to crap as the time flies by. Getting paid to crap, getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my empty life.
Raccoon Logic was formed from the husk of Typhoon Studios after it was shut down by the Stadia division at Google. Their first title, Journey to the Savage Planet, was a first-person action platformer that looked alright, played pretty well, and was really damned funny. After fighting tooth and claw, they were able to reform, buy the rights to the IP, and are back with this fantastic sequel. Revenge of the Savage Planet is 4 times as good because it has 4 times as many planets to explore as the original. You can add another triple better multiplier on there as the perspective has shifted from first to third person. Now you can see your intrepid explorer as they're rocketed off to a new series of planets to live, die, and repeat it all on for their new corporate overlords. Revenge features seemingly hours of video full of insane characters, both CG and real alike. Wacky ads play on the enormous screen in your habitat, and every mission has a rib-cracking voiceover as you bounce from one enjoyable objective to another. There are 3 main storylines to follow, each giving credits after you complete it, with a really stupidly funny credit song. I don't like to spoil anything, so I'll just say that the conclusion to each was satisfyingly dumb. Revenge of the Savage Planet is an exploration and combat game with progression heavily gated via upgrades. As you land, the initial tutorial earned you a plasma gun and double jump and various scanners to find resources. You will need them to upgrade your health and stamina, craft upgrades for your equipment, and finding new tools, as well as progressing the main story. To upgrade that health and stamina, you will find alien superfood, aka a giant orange pod that your little explorer will scarf down on. The resources for upgrades come in 3 varieties: carbon, organic, and aluminium. There are several supply crates around each of the 4 main planets that contain different suit cosmetics as well. As you progress, you're going to get things like a laser whip that deals melee damage to enemies and can pop certain obstacle blobs, or blobsticles as we call them. It gets an upgrade that turns it into a grappling hook that requires certain points to be used at first. Wink wink. I won't spoil every item, but my main issue with the game, outside of some quest bugs that I had, were how the upgrades get hidden behind arbitrary in-game tasks. I wasn't really a huge fan of having to grind out things like shock 5 enemies at once on their hard-to-do task list to get all of the upgrades, but that might just be me. As you are third-personing around, you'll switch up between platforming, meleeing, and shooting a lot. There is only one gun that can shoot little pew-pews, or one big old pew. You can even get a Gears-style active reload upgrade for it. I played my review, unfortunately, entirely on PC as Xbox code was not ready in time for the embargo, and it's also not Play Anywhere from what I can tell. It felt and looked great on my beefy PC on both controller and mouse and keyboard. Revenge of the Savage Planet is an extremely goofy, unserious game. As you click in the right stick and scan your environment for quest and completionism, it's immediately apparent that the writers at Raccoon Logic know how to be funny in a video game. That is about as hard as writing can be for the medium, and it's hilarious while staying PG-13. As I played through the co-op for a little while with our own editor-in-chief John Sikamika Clark, his thoughts jumped to his kids.
It's on Game Pass, and it's co-op, and there's no swearing. By God, the kids are gonna love this!
Revenge is that perfect mix of fun gameplay, engaging exploration, wacky humor, and good looks that few games achieve. The move to third person works really well. Your character has slightly off proportions and moves around like a cartoon character. The running animation is hilarious, and falling from a great height sees you fold like an accordion with sound effects and all. I am not sure how the game is going to look or run on either an Xbox Series X or S or a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro, so you're going to want to check that out before buying it on either platform. But On my PC, which is pretty beefy, it looked fantastic and it ran pretty well. I have no idea what engine it's on. It's probably Unreal like everything else, but on performance at 4K Ultra with balanced FSR was a solid 60 to 100 FPS depending on the situation. Each planet's got a unique look and series of mechanics that it focuses on, and there is a fifth little story location that's tied to the main quest that is not explorable but has a nicely different look. It's all accompanied by music that rides the line between goofy and annoying, with one major issue being how often the combat music starts and stops. It is constantly starting and stopping, sometimes while you're still mid-fight if you've just moved a little bit too far away from something. It drove me mad after a while. The voice acting, on the other hand, is uniformly friggin' hilarious. Anyone that skips the videos and cutscenes in this one, Nick, is doing a disservice to how well written and acted it all is. Lastly, I did have some annoying bugs when it came to quests and waypoints. One of the main quests needs you to find 5 things across the 4 planets, but the waypoints on that quest broke, and boy howdy did that make it hard for me to find it all. The other worse one was one quest line completely breaking for hours until it randomly fixed itself near the end of me playing, and I was finally able to finish it off. And that was important because it was one of the 3 main quest lines that I was at the very end of it, so it really sucked. But wrapping things up, Revenge of the Savage Planet should take most about 10 to 15 hours to complete, with the achievement hunters out there getting upwards of 20. A huge step up from the first game, which was really short, but much like it, it's delightfully dumb and a beautifully good time.
Getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my stupid life. Getting paid to crap.